A big part of his success in his first year with Tampa came from wanting to prove people wrong who thought the 43-year-old should retire. Take a listen for yourself.
I was always kind of motivated by people that said, you can't do it. You're not good enough. You're not fast enough, not big enough. You don't have a good enough arm. You know, I've had a body of work over a period of time. So, you know, you just say, hey, like, quickly you forget. I think that's the great part about football. It's not really about what you did last year. It's kind of what you're going to do this year. So for me, it was what I was going to do for the Bucs last year. I still feel that way.
I'm going to start with Skip here. What is your takeaway from Brady's response?
When I watched these quotes this morning and watched a lot of them, the first person I thought of was you.
I get drunk into this.
Me too.
The #1 Brady hater, Brady critic, Brady doubter. And I thank you for all that doubt because he thanks you for it, because that's what he needed as he went down to Tampa Bay. But the point is, these quotes and the way they were delivered in this interview with the great Michael Strahan are the essence of why you can't stand Tom Brady and why you've never been able to buy into Tom Brady. And they're also why millions of sports fans have never, ever become Brady fans, because they just don't believe in the way he speaks off the field. This was classic, vintage, aw, shucks, gee whiz, Tom Brady.
Okay.
He said these quotes with a smile. You could see more of them. GMA is going to air the whole interview, I guess, as we speak now. But he says them mostly with a smile and with that kind of nice guy chuckle in his voice, you know? And it just doesn't come across as that real. It comes across as slightly phony, that he's hiding behind this nice guy Tom Brady facade, and that you can't quite trust that that's the real guy inside, because Michael Strahan teed him up with the softest ball. You know, he just said, here, I'm teeing you up so that you can tee off on all of your doubters. Michael, not a doubter, but he teed him up to tee off, and Tom did it with that little chuckle in his voice instead of just going off on the Shannon Sharps of the world with the passion and the borderline anger that we see him exhibit in his alter ego personality on the field that I call Psycho Tom. We almost never see Psycho Tom off the field except for a couple of times in Tom versus Time in the documentary. Remember, he's out, looked like in the backyard throwing the football, and he just guns one, and he says, I want to show everybody that I can still throw out of the, you know, and he's using language that, oh, Tom Brady knows those words. Yeah, he uses those words too.
Right.
And I'm like, that's the real guy. The real guy was the guy who got in Honey Badger's face during the Super Bowl. If we could please see that. Do you remember that moment?
I do.
Okay. That's that guy. That's that guy. That's who I want to see occasionally in an off-season, off-the-field interview, because he's going to take nothing off nobody. He's going to chase down Honey Badger to tell him what for. Okay? So to me, it was a moment when he could have said, I showed everybody, because a lot of people thought I was washed up. And instead, he sort of stayed above the fray, and he did it with his nice guy, gee whiz, aw shucks. And it's like, he said, I was always kind of motivated by people that say you can't do it. Kind of motivated? No, you're obsessed with those people. You're fueled. You thrive on those people. You have lived off those people your whole 21-year career. And then he goes on to say, I've had a body of work over a period of time. So, you know, you just say, hey, quickly you forget. Well, it came across as so mealy-mouthed, sort of milquetoasty, that Shannon Sharp's just going to say, oh, give me a break. And here we go again.
No, in pro sports, the body of work is what it is. But you got to update your resume. You don't get to live on what you did 15 years ago. No. You have to constantly update that resume.
Well, this is the ultimate updated resume.
Okay, he's updated it. But hold on. See, no, Skip, it's not that I don't have the problem that I have with Tom Brady, he tries to make every experience that he has unique to Tom. I'm the only guy that's ever been doubted. What professional athlete, regardless of his sport, you think hasn't been doubted? Have anybody been doubted more than LeBron James? The guy was on the cover of Sports Illustrated at 17. There's no way in hell he can ever be that. The chosen one. Who in the hell?
LeBron James is simply the most hero-worshipped athlete in the history of sports.
Skip,
the history of sports.
They said he can never be what Sports Illustrated said he was.
Who's they?
So now, okay, who's the people that doubted him?
Huh?
Who's the people that doubted Tom Brady? I'm the only one, right?
No.
So
the world doubts him.
So nobody.
It's not doubt. It's they just don't like him. They can't embrace him.
This is how it works. I don't know how. I've never really had went to corporate America and worked in that. You can be motivated by doubt, and you can be motivated by fear. Fear motivated me more than doubt, because Skip, I was fearful that I was not going to be able to provide for the people that ultimately that I was going to be responsible for. That drove me, not the doubt. Because if I fulfilled the obligation that my brother and I had set at a very young age, the doubters would be proved wrong. See, I don't need to prove them wrong. I just need to prove me right. And in the process of proving myself right, you'll be wrong. So for me, that's the way I approached it, Skip. So Tom uses doubt. I use fear. And see, I tell people this all the time. I hated losing more than I enjoyed winning. Skip, I won 3 Super Bowls. But it don't bring me the joy that the pain that loss to Jacksonville gives me. You see what you see, Skip? So the fear of losing, the fear of something being taken away is what drove me. Yeah, Tom thinks that he's the only one been doubted, so he wanted to copyright doubt. Just like he wanted to be Tom Terrific. He forgot that there was somebody 30 years before 20 years before he was born, was named Tom Terrific. He wants to make everything unique to him. Well, let me tell you something else, Tom Brady. I didn't really know this until I got to California. There are a lot of people that eat avocados and eat avocado ice cream too. In every place you go to, ask it, would you like avocado toast? So Tom Brady wants to make, avocados. I eat avocados. That's unique to me. I'm being doubted as a professional athlete. That's unique to me. Every professional athlete has been doubted. Name a professional athlete that has not been. I guarantee you. Find me one. Find one that has never been doubted.
You're missing the point.
That is the point. He wants it to make it unique to him.
We started this show in 2016, and the Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe said that a man who had won 4 Super Bowls at that point was washed, done, go home, you're out. You've had a nice career. It's time to stop. You said it in 2017. You said it in 2018. You said it in 2019, and you said, there's no way anybody should take a shot on this guy because he clearly came completely apart at the end of his New England run. He is done, said the Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe. That's not just doubting, that's dunning. Okay. That's just saying you're over and out. Okay, so, please go home.
Okay, so what did you say?
You're embarrassing people.
So what did you say about LeBron? Did you believe LeBron?
This is about Tom Brady. Don't put LeBron in the same sentence with that guy. Don't.
You make
that's
my point for me.
Super
you make my point for me.
No.
Because you want to make everything unique to Tom Brady. Tom Brady's the only guy that's been doubted.
He's won 6 of his Super Bowls with game-winning drives in the fourth quarter overtime. It's unheard of, and he doesn't get enough credit.
Skip, if you win,
doesn't get enough credit.
How he won. I'm not taking those away. But what the problem that I have is that everything that's good, you want to make everything unique to Tom. Tom Brady is not the only guy that's been doubted.
What he just did was the most unique achievement in the history of the league you played in. At age 43, he took over a team called the Succaneers at 7-9 in the middle of a pandemic. They couldn't even work out together and had to steal time at a park until they got kicked out of the park in Tampa. They got to play 0 preseason games, and he said, okay, watch this. I'll figure it out on the fly. And it took half a year and a late bye week to figure it out. And then they win their last 8 straight games and win the Super Bowl, and you still won't give him credit for
Just
it.
like you won't give LeBron credit because they had to shut down.
It's not about LeBron. I don't want his name mentioned in this topic anymore. He doesn't qualify for this man's league.
The problem, come on. I understand this is a Tom Brady topic, but we're talking about doubt. You make it seem Tom Brady is the only guy that's been doubted.
No, he's not the only guy, but he's been doubted at the highest level.
LeBron has
7 Super Bowls.
LeBron has it.
He's the most hero-worshipped athlete in the history of this planet. You know it, and I know it. I call him the billions of blind witnesses. LeBron can do no wrong. This guy has a world of Brady haters.
Skip, you make everything. The problem that I have with you and a lot of people is that you try to make everything so unique to Tom. Tom is the only one to eat ice cream, avocado ice cream.
I don't care about, if I ever even mention it on this show? You mention it every day. I don't even care about it.
Because you try to make everything unique to Tom.
I don't make it unique. What he's done.
He's the only one that studies film.
Okay.
He's the only one that practices and throws in the offseason. He's the only one, yada, yada, yada. Everything is not unique to Tom. People practicing through and trained in the offseason before Tom, they'll do it after Tom.
I believe nobody in the history of this league has watched more tape than that man's watched. I just believe.
Skip.
If you want to show me somebody, remember, he's 43 going on 44.
Coach Belichick has.
No, who's played. A player.
He's played longer.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, show me.
Skip.
Okay, show me. It's what he does. He's obsessed. You admit that he's obsessed with it.
Skip.
Okay?
I would like to think if you're a collector, let's just say you collect things over a period of time. It's hard to say somebody that's been collecting things for 20, 30, 40 years and somebody that's just getting into it is going to collect as much as someone has been doing over a period of time. He's been playing the game for 21, about to be 22 years. So you would expect him to watch that level of film. But am I going to say...
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't.
So let me ask you a question. So for the first 18 years, he watched more film than Peyton Manning.
I think it'd be real close. I don't know how you
No, that's not what you said.
No,
you said nobody
what did the
has
Hall
much
of
more film.
Famer Shannon Sharp tell me? At 35, I hit the